Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, today we will discuss about the plant body and its development, the part of the plant anatomy of your course. First of all, you must know that what is plant anatomy. Plant anatomy is the study of the internal structure, internal cell structure and tissues of plant organs. Or it is also described as the plant anatomy or phytotomy is the general term for the study of the internal structure of plants. Overall, it can be said that this is the subject or the outline in which we study the internal organization of different types of the cells and the tissue of the plants through which all types of the plants has been made. There are fundamental parts of the plant body. Generally, seed plants have three main structures: roots, stems, and leaves, which are linked together by various means. The roots, stem, and leaves, these are the fundamental structure are known as. This plant shows that the four structures. However, one, two, and three, these three structures are the fundamental, whereas the fourth structure that is a flower that is produced after the development of three fundamental structures of the plant. First of all, we shall discuss about the few functions of the root or the outlines of the root, stem, and leaves. Then we will forward towards the detailed organization or detailed discussion about such type of structures. Root can absorb or transport water and nutrients from the soil and transport such type of the nutrients and water through the stem to the leaves. Roots also anchor plant to the ground. It holds the soil in place and prevents the erosion. It also stores the sugars that has been synthesized through the process of the photosynthesis. You also know the functions of the roots. How many types of the functions? These are the few functions, but there are many more functions out there that has been discussed in different types of the subjects as well as different presentations. Functions of the stem. The second main structure of the plant body is the stem that support for the plant body that carries nutrients throughout the plant. This is the main structure, however, through which the root and shoot systems are united or linked. The roots absorb the nutrients of the food, such type of the nutrients synthesized within the root system that are transported through the stem, xylem and phloem toward the outside to the reproductive system as well as to the leaf systems through which plants synthesize food daily. The function of the leaves is to photosynthesize the production of different types of the glucose molecules. Such glucose molecules is the byproduct of the photosynthesis that is through the process of gas exchanges. This photograph shows the seedling of the plant. The seedling of the plant consisted of the shoot apical meristem as well as the root apical meristem. The shoot apical meristem further elaborated in the form of the shoot having the branches as well as the leaves. Whereas the root apical meristem produces the root system. Root system includes the primary roots, secondary root, and the tertiary roots. Every type of the organ has its specific function. The internal structure of the leaf, stem, and the leaves is different remarkably. The dermal tissue system is the outer covering of the plant body. Then the vascular tissue system which is meant for the transportation of the water, food material, as well as other nutrients. The ground tissue system carries out the photosynthesis, stores photosynthetic products, and helps support the plant. It means that there are three types of the tissue system. That is the dermal tissue, number one. Number two, the vascular tissue system. Number three, the ground tissue system. These three types of the tissue systems link together and perform the function of the conduction as well as the synthesis of the food. When the anatomy of stem is studied, it has the three main tissues, the dermal tissues, ground tissues, and vascular tissues, as well as the internal structure of the root also shows these three types of the tissues that are present generally in the leaf tissue systems. All three types of the tissue system are basically the fundamental parts of the plant body. Internal organization of the plant body. Now we will discuss about in detail, somewhat detail, but not so much detail, the internal structure of different types of the fundamental parts of leaves, stem, and roots. This is the internal structure of the leaf. This is the upper epidermis. This is the palisade tissue. Elongated cells. Elongated cells has the rounded structures known as the chlorophyll molecules. So vein known as the xylem and phloem. Bundle sheath extension, spongy mesophyll, and this is the lower epidermis. The lower epidermis has many more stomata. The cuticle epidermis, upper and lower epidermis are meant for the protection of the leaf, whereas the mesophyll is for the production of the photosynthetic processes as well as the food material. The guard cells are stomata for the gaseous exchange, and the vascular bundles are meant for the transportation of the nutrients, food, as well as nutrition of the plant body or the plant growth and development. When we see the internal structure, internal organization of the stem, it also consisted of the epidermis. Epidermis, then is the cortex, then is the phloem and xylem and the cambium. Epidermis protects the stem tissues from different types of the internal and external environmental factors. Then the cortex. Cortex is the parenchymatous tissues of the stem system that help in the conduction of the water conduction as well as support to the stem. Then the cambium. Cambium is the tissue through which the stem gain its girth towards the outside as well as the inside. Then the vascular bundle, xylem and phloem is consisted of the parenchymatous as well as the parenchymatous tissues. Then in the center, there is a pith. Pith is the dead materials or the dead cells are present in all types of the vascular plants. The internal structure of the root also consisted of the epidermal hairs, epidermis, hypodermis, cortex, epidermis, pericycle vascular bundle containing the xylem and phloem and pith. We know that the angiosperms having the dicot and the monocot organization. The monocot stem, this is the monocot stem structure, this is the dicot stem structure. There are very few differences are present. In the monocot stem, the vascular bundles are dispersed within the whole structures, whereas in the dicot stem structure, the vascular bundles are arranged in a specific manner. Around the vascular bundles, there is a thin layer that is meant for the conduction of water, as well as also a thin layer, one side thin layer that is meant for the increasing of the girth of the stems. There are three types of the tissues are present that we have discussed previously in the internal body organization of the plant system, that is the dermal tissue, vascular tissue, and the ground tissue. The dermal tissue system. Dermal tissue system, this is the outer covering, consisted of the cuticle. Cuticle is the waxy coating. Then is the epidermis. Then is the roots have the dermal tissue or root hairs. Then the stomata and the guard cell. All such type of the structures are included in the dermal tissue system because they are related to the epidermis or the outermost leaves of the stem as well as the root systems. You can see in the diagram over here, this is the cuticle, this is the upper epidermis, this is the lower epidermis. Between the upper and lower epidermis, there is a vascular bundle and is basically also present. Stoma present and the guard cells present. Stoma are the openings in the leaf, the lower epidermis for movement of the change. Mesophyll tissue, there is the palisade mesophyll, this is the spongy mesophyll. The upper layer is the palisade mesophyll, that the cells of the spongy mesophills are elongated, having the abundant or the number of the blasts. The vascular tissue system. Vascular tissue system is meant for the transportation of the food, water, and the nutrients. This carries water nutrients, it is the xylem and phloem. Xylem conducts water and the minerals, whereas the phloem transport the glucose and the nutrient. The structure you can see over here shows that this is the xylem tissue, this is the phloem tissue. Xylem tissue is simpler as compared to the phloem tissue. Xylem tissue has different types of the cells, xylem vessels, xylem parenchyma, whereas the phloem, this is the seed cell, seed area, as well as the phloem parenchyma tissues. The ground tissue system is consisted of or between the dermal and the vascular tissues. This is the vascular tissue system, this is the dermal tissue system. Between the vascular tissue and dermal tissue, all such structures is known as the ground tissue system. The ground tissue system consisted of the parenchymatous type of the cells or thin walled cells that is generally meant for the storage of different types of the substances. Tissues of primary and the secondary plant body. The primary and secondary plant body of the tissues, that is consisted of the epidermis, periderm, parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, xylem, phloem, and secretory structures. The epidermis is consisted of the epidermal cells and the guard cells. Then comes the periderm. Over here, the periderm. The peridermal cells are the guard cells. This is the peridermal cells. When the cuticle or the epidermis disintegrate in the older tissues or older parts of the plants, then three layers of the tissue arise towards the epidermis. That is known as the periderm. The epidermis basically that is consisted of the epidermal cells and the guard cells. In guards, both types of the tissue system is present in the leaves. However, in stems there are certain amount of the little number of the guard cells are present in the stem and are present, whereas the epidermal cells are present both in the leaves as well as the stem tissue system. Then comes the periderm. This is the corky outer layer of a plant stem for the secondary thickening or as a response to the injury or the infection. In this diagram, you can see this is the cuticle. Below the cuticle, there is a epidermis. Then the epidermis, the periderm is present. The periderm is a complex tissues in which the cork cambium as well as the phalloderm are present. Cork is also known as the phloem, cork cambium is also known as the phloem, and phalloderm known as the secondary cortex. The periderm consists of the phloem or the cork cambium, the meristem that produces the periderm, the cork and the phloem, the protective tissue produced outside by the phloem. And the inner cortex is the phalloderm, the living parenchyma, formed inside the phloem. It means that we can say that when cuticle as well as epidermis of the tissue system of the stems disintegrated, or when they become the older, or means they are functionless, then the periderm protects the plants. That is the very thick uh, 3, 4, or 5 layered tissue system having the three types of the cells, or the ganglion as well as the phalloderm. Then the parenchyma. The parenchyma, these are the cellular tissues, typically soft and succulent. Succulent, found chiefly in the soft parts of the leaves, pulp of the fruits, bark, and pith of the stems. The parenchyma is a term used to describe the functional tissues in plants. This tissue is functional, performing tasks such as the photosynthesis in the plants. The collenchyma tissue. The collenchyma in plants supporting the tissues of the living elongated cells with irregular cell walls. Collenchyma cells have thick deposits. These are the thick deposits of the cellulose in their cell walls and appear polygonal in cross section. The collenchyma cells are not rounded or the oblong, but they are the polygonal. There are different many ends of the cells in cross section. The strength of the tissue results from the thickened cell walls and the longitudinal interlocking of the cells. The collenchyma cells have thick walls as compared to the parenchyma cells. This is the main difference. Then the sclerenchyma. The sclerenchyma cells have thick lignified structure walls, lack cell contents at maturity, and occur throughout all plant tissues. These features make sclerenchyma tissues hard, rigid, and somewhat brittle. Sclerenchyma cells can occur as aggregates within ground tissues. Sclerids or stone cells are as elongated fibers. This is the elongated fiber. This is the sclerid. Sclerid is generally present within the almond's outer shell, walnut outer shell, as well as a pistachia or pista जिसे कहते हैं. The outer shell of such type of the nuts is composed of the sclerids. In other words, we can see that the sclerenchyma is present the hard tissues of the plants, just like the almond outer shell. Then the xylem. Xylem plant, this is the plant vascular tissue system that conveys water and dissolved minerals from roots to the rest of the plant body, also provide the physical support. Xylem is called the dead tissue or non-living tissues because all components present in this tissues are dead except xylem parenchyma. The generally what is described as the secondary xylem. However, it means that the xylem tissue is the dead tissues when mature or at its early stages. The xylem tissues are generally the very soft or consisted of the parenchymatous cells. When the majority of the stems or the plants, the xylem tissues become dead or functionless. The phloem tissue is the vascular tissue in charge of the support and distribution of the organic nutrients. The phloem is also a pathway to signaling molecules and has structural function in the plant body. It is typically composed of three cell types: sieve elements, parenchyma, and the sclerenchyma. This is the sieve elements. This is the companion cell. This is the perforation plate, also known as the sieve plate. This is the sieve plate. You can see over here in this diagram. This is a sieve tube. This is a phloem parenchyma. This is the companion cells. All these such type of the tissues are composed of the phloem cells. Uh, we also know that different types of the trees or the plants produces different types of the secondary metabolites. Such types of the secondary metabolites may be consisted of the nectaries, hedathodes, secretory hairs, or some other types of the substances like that of the essential oils, alkaloids, or some similar types of the substances. Or such type of the substances are also present within the stems, leaves, or roots. This based upon the types of the plants. This is also known as the skeletal cells, canals, ducts, cavities, or the lattices. We will discuss all such type of the structures in detail in the next chapters, inshallah. This diagram shows different types of the trichomes or the like of the structures that have the similar similar type of the secondary metabolites, maybe alkaloids, essential oils, or terpenoids. All these structures are basically the supporting material or the protective material of the plant tissues. Thank you very much for your understanding and the listening of the today's lecture. Now, do you have any question?